From the crossroads of entertainment and culture to the stories that move the streets and shake the box office. This is Blues Nightly News, the world of movies, music, comics, and culture, the way it really is.
Dude, the intro kind of dope. I might need to turn that up just a little bit, though. What up, what up, what up, what up? What's good? What's goody? What is goody? Welcome to Blues News. You know who it is, man. It is your big OG Bluminati, man, here to bring you that good news. Bring you that good news. You know what I'm saying? Streaming these drama, superhero, hype, fandom, gossip, all types of stuff like that, man. Tonight, 3 quick stories. You know what I'm saying? Try not to be long-winded tonight. Don't want to encroach on the homies, the Pantheon. I don't want to encroach on the homies, the Pantheon. So I ain't gonna try to be long-winded. But yeah, we got some Spider-Man casting news. The Spider-Man Brand New Day casting news. Actually, 2 cast. You know, we're gonna talk about like 2 cast members. Actually, Florence Pugh might be showing up, and Tramell Tillman from Severance. If you watch that show, we're gonna be talking a little bit about that and who he could possibly be playing. You know what I mean? Also, Peacemaker 2. Peacemaker 2 drops tonight. I want to give James, you know what I'm saying, as I'm talking about Peacemaker 2 today, I want to just give a little bit of praise to James Gunn, because I don't necessarily think he gets the recognition and the props that he so willingly deserves with what he's doing over there. Then I want to talk about, since we're sticking with DC, talk a little bit about no Catwoman in the Batman 2. Nah. That's crazy, right? That's crazy work, man. That is crazy work. So let's see who all up in here. We got Q. Q is in the building. What's up, Q? Rain is up in here. Hey, get them, as y'all are coming in here, please get the likes up, man. Please get the likes up. Please get the likes up. Let's get this spread out, because YouTube they've been squashing me. So I need to get the likes up so the algorithm will get agitated, and YouTube will push it out to as many people as possible. So, and I don't know why YouTube is doing that to your boy, but it is what it is. Brother Stark up in the building. What's good, Brother Stark? What is good? What's good? So yeah, let's get this thing started, man. Let's jump in on this Spider-Man New Day situation, right? Let's get into the Spider-Man New Day situation. Yep. Spider-Man Brand New Day. We got going on. Spider-Man Brand New Day, man. So Tramell Tillman seems to be joining Spider-Man Brand New Day. And I'm gonna tell you this. I'm not familiar with the homeboy. I'm not familiar with his work. I haven't watched Severance. I tried to watch Severance the first season, because everybody was talking about Severance, like, oh, Severance is good. But I just could not get into Severance. How many of y'all out there is watching Severance? I saw it was killing in on the awards and things like that, but I just have not found, my brain just can't get into Severance for some reason. I hear it's good, but I cannot get into Severance, man. I just can't. For some reason, I cannot get into Severance, man. But yeah, this Emmy-nominated Severance star, Tramell Tillman, officially joined the MCU ensemble for Spider-Man Brand New Day. He'll be playing, he'll be up there with Tom Holland, Zendaya, Mark Ruffalo, John Bernthal, Sadie Sink is involved. Liza Colin-Zayas is involved. But they say his role remains secret. You know what I'm saying? But the speculation is out there. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to the article. Got to do my articles. Go to the article real quick. I should already have this up. My bad, y'all. Boom, like that. This Tramell Tillman will reportedly play a villain, so he's gonna be playing a villain in Spider-Man Brand New Day, but it won't be Tombstone. Now I find that interesting, because after looking at him, I think he could be Tombstone, but also looking at him, I don't think he should be Tombstone. You know what I'm saying? Dre Miggity Mac. What up, Dre? What up? What up, man? Welcome to the house, man. Welcome to the house. Um, so I don't know who he could be playing, man, but let's get to the article. Said last night we got word on a late addition to the cast of Spider-Man Brand New Day with Severance and Mission Impossible Final Reckoning actor Tramell Tillman set to join the ensemble in the undisclosed role. No details on Tillman's character were shared by the trades, but there's been a lot of speculation, with the most popular theories point to Peter Parker's Daily Bugle colleague, Robbie Robertson, and the villainous Tombstone. Now, I'm going to say this. Don't waste this dude on Robbie Robertson, because from what I'm hearing, this dude is the truth. He's playing Captain Mustache. Not Captain Mustache, brother. But from what I understand, this dude is a really good actor. Do not waste this dude on Robbie Robertson, because we know that he's just gonna be a flash in the pan character. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna be what can I say? He won't be a main guy. And if he's going, but they're saying he's gonna be a villain, so it can't be Robbie Robertson. Can't be Robbie Robertson if he's gonna be a villain, right? Can't be. Since Tombstone did seem like a pretty solid guess, since we have heard that Alonzo Thompson, Lonnie Lincoln will also show up at Brand New Day. So that I am excited about that, because I think Tombstone can be a great villain for Peter going forward. We always get Green Goblin, and I'm fine with Green Goblin. I don't have no issue with Green Goblin. But Spider-Man's rogue gallery is vast and crazy, and he got some of the best villains. Him and Batman could probably go tit for tat with their rogues gallery and their villains. I don't know anybody else who has more iconic villains outside of him and Batman. You know what I'm saying? So, Dre, you got to stop, bro. Radio, you got to stop. You got to stop, man. But no, I would love to see. Hopefully, they bring Tombstone in. I would love to see. This is what I would like to see from Spider-Man and what's going on with Spider-Man. We got Punisher. We're getting the Hulk. I would like a lot of these street level villains. I would like to see shit. I just drew a blank. But I would like to Wilson Fisk. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see Fisk on some, being the mayor. I would like to see Power Man show up. Luke Cage. I would like to see Luke Cage show up. And they have this whole what was it? Gang war. I would like to see the start of gang war in Brand New Day. That storyline. If y'all have read Gang War storyline, I would like to see the Gang War storyline in Brand New Day. I think that would be the start of, because Spider-Man can hold his own. And I always hated that they shoehorn Spider-Man into the Avengers, because Spider-Man is a solo artist. You know what I'm saying? He don't necessarily be on teams like that. He's a solo artist. Not saying he's not an Avenger. He's an Avenger. But that came way, way, way. He didn't become an Avenger until what? 04 or something like that, 05. With the New Avengers, him and Wolverine showed up. Luke Cage, I think, was the leader of the New Avengers at the time. That's when Spider-Man became an Avenger. Spider-Man need to be solo doing his own thing. And I think that kind of hurt his storyline going forward with him being shoehorned into the Avengers. Because I think the Avengers needed Spider-Man more than Spider-Man needed the Avengers. You see what I'm saying? Spider-Man didn't need Iron Man to do, or Nick Fury and all of those people who were in his movies. Didn't need it. Spider-Man can handle his shit on his own. So Tombstone, I think, would be a dope villain for Spider-Man going forward, like a big bad, kind of like how we always get Green Goblin. Get back to the article. Says this is coming from the Apocalyptic Horseman through his ex. He says, was sworn to secrecy on this one, but glad this is out. He's playing the villain, but not the main villain. I don't know who yet, but we will report on it if we find out. So it's still up in the air right now. Oh, he also goes, I heard he's not Tombstone. So everything is up in the air right now when it comes to Tramell Tillman and who he is. Since rumor has it, this fourth solo outing for Tom Holland's Wall Crawler opens with the montage of the hero battling with various bad guys, but it seems unlikely that Tillman will have such a minor role unless the plan is for him to return down the line, of course. I don't know how I feel about just Spider-Man, just the opening, just Spider-Man, just where are these villains coming from? All of a sudden, it's 100 Spider-Man villains. I need more. You know what I'm saying? Like, where are? I know we got Electro, we got Doc Ock, you know what I'm saying? All those villains that came in from the multiverse. Are these going to be multiverse villains, or did all of a sudden did everybody just start? You know what I'm saying? The Sinister Six. What is going on? Where are we getting all these damn villains from? You know what I'm saying? Where are we getting all these damn villains from? Say the news of Tillman's casting followed by a rumor that Florence Pugh will also appear as Yelena Belova, but this is yet to be confirmed. Spider-Man Brand New Day will also star Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner, the Hulk, Jern Bernthal as Frank Castle, Punisher, Sadie Sink, and Liza Conlon Zayas in undisclosed roles, and Day and Jacob Batalon reprise their respective roles as MJ and Ned Leeds, but are not expected to be featured prominently. So that's weird. So we won't get a lot of MJ nor Ned in this. So this is really gonna be solo Spider. This is Spider-Man with this ain't Spider-Man and his amazing friends. This is Spider-Man. So I'm kind of digging that. I guess it'll be more focused on Spider-Man kicking him with Punisher and the Hulk. Is Daredevil supposed to be in this too? Chat, y'all help me out. I thought maybe I heard that Daredevil might be sneaking into this. Unlike the previous films, Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home, Brand New Day is the name of a specific arc from the comics, focuses on Peter Parker attempting to rebuild his life following the events of the status quo altering One More Day and Civil War. Brand New Day features a number of new characters such as Carly Cooper and Lily Hollister, aka the supervillain Menace, which has led to speculation that Sync may have been cast as one of those roles. I can see her playing Menace if she is going to be playing a villain. If Sadie Sink going to be playing, she could be Menace. Which means that we are going to be getting some Norman Osborn in this, because Menace, if what I remember correctly, Menace is like is like the female Green Goblin, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know who Menace is, so I can see her doing that. Says I'm spending time exploring the next stage of this amazing character with a team of the most incredible artists in the world, said director Destin Daniel Cretton during CinemaCon. We're all just daily nerding out over the suit, how to swing, how to create an event, and emotional story in a ride that we haven't really seen before. It's one day, my fourth every day on Spider-Man, Holland said in a recently released behind-the-scenes video. You know, it's funny. Putting the suit on, it feels different this time. Somehow, it's also the first time we've ever had fans on set for day one. So it's really exciting to share this with them. We've got some familiar faces on set. You know, I'm just going to do my best, hopefully get it right. No pressure. I forgot who that was yesterday in the chat when I brought up how it seems like Marvel is just letting Spider-Man leak all of these footage, you know what I'm saying? These photos, these set photos and stuff. Seem like it's done on purpose. I think it was who was that? D Stizzle, I think was saying it. D Stizzle. Tom Holland is confirming they are letting fans on the set to take these pictures. This is done on purpose. These set photos, these leaked set photos seem to be done on purpose. And I think it's because they got to get this momentum going. I believe Spider-Man is really their last bastion. And I'm gonna just throw this out here. I don't believe Doomsday and Secret Wars is going to do what people think it's going to do. I really don't believe that there is, because if you really think about it, how much hype is there with Doomsday and Secret Wars? How much, you know what I'm saying? We're getting fights on the set. I don't know if it's going to be good. I think Spider-Man is going to sell. Spider-Man is going to do the numbers that it always does, because Spider-Man just can't lose. Even a bad Spider-Man movie puts up numbers. Spider-Man operates outside that MCU brand. The MCU brand is out in the ocean flailing. Sharks are circling. They tired from treading water. The boat done capsized. Ain't no search and rescue on the way, or if it is, they searching in the wrong quadrant of the ocean, wherever. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are lunch meat, shark food. that MCU brand. So I don't know. I think I'm with Q. They blew the hype low when they pre-came with the RDJ is Doom way too soon. Way too soon. I'm with you. I feel you on that. So I think all the hype is gonna go dead in the Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man is the only thing that's gonna be able to keep the MCU and Kevin Feige's name afloat. They brought up Florence Pugh. I got another article. We'll talk about Florence Pugh showing up. There's rumors swirling that Florence Pugh has joined the cast of Spider-Man Brand New Days, Yelena Belova. Two resurfaced interviews and a social media post to lend some weight to the online chatter. Earlier today, it was reported that the Black Widow Thunderbolt star Florence Pugh is the latest addition to the cast of Spider-Man Brand New Day. The trades have yet to weigh in, but we've done some digging, and yes, it appears the actors will indeed appear in the movie. Now, I think Florence Pugh it can be a rising star in the MCU if they use her correctly. If they don't give her the Captain Marvel treatment, because I think they handled the Captain Marvel situation they just handled that poorly. I think Yelena Belova, Florence Pugh's Yelena Belova, I think she's a star. She's charismatic. I think you team her up with Hawkeye, the female Hawkeye. Let them look, buddy cop. Y'all wasted a buddy cop with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because that should have been buddy cop movie 2-3 films down the line. That should have been Lethal Weapon. This is your opportunity to do a Lethal Weapon with Yelena Belova, Hawkeye. Listen to me, Marvel. Do it. Do it. I'm telling you, do it. Say this is a smart move on Marvel Studios' part, as it gives Yelena Belova the chance to shine in a much bigger movie than Thunderbolts before she takes center stage in Avengers Doomsday. The writer may have been on the wall for Pugh's Spider-Man franchise debut quite some time, as the two resurfaced interviews are receiving a lot of attention on social media this afternoon. First comes from way back in 2021, where Holland shared his interest in a Spider-Man Black Widow team up, specifically with Pugh. 2 years later, Pugh revealed that she was eager for Yelena to meet Peter Parker, confirming that she was desperate to meet her fellow Brit. Spider-Man brand. All right, we already know all that. So, yeah, I think this works. I think you do that if you really want to, if you really want to showcase Yelena, this would be the perfect place to do it. This would be the perfect place to do it. Put her in this Spider-Man movie. Let's get in front of this. Let's make sure she's everywhere. She's given the right script. She's, working well with others. And no, nothing was wrong with the Captain Marvel character. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about they handled it wrong. They did not put Carol in the best places to make people like Carol. She just showed up with we didn't get enough back. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got irrelevant backstory on Carol, but we didn't get Carol being, I'm going to tell you this, in the Marvels, that story of her kind of going, getting revenge on the Kree and blowing up, that we should have got that story. We should have been able to seen her go ham on the Kree, blow a whole planet up, her dealing with the consequences of blowing that planet. That should have been the movie. We didn't need the Marvels as a sequel. We needed Captain Marvel 2. Imagine Captain Marvel 2, her going and getting revenge on the Kree. And I'm not saying that the Marvels was a bad movie, but a better movie was inside the Marvels. They just didn't bring that out. If they would have fleshed out her getting that revenge on the Kree, leaving them stranded and all of that stuff, and the reason why that villain became the villain, that would have been a stronger movie to me. To me, they should have leaned into Carol being a bitch. Pardon my French. But they should have leaned all the way into that. Because she is. Lean into it. Quit trying. The thing is, they try to make all of these superheroes likable. Every superhero should not be on the same morality scale. Yes, they should be heroic, but they should not be on the same morality scale. That is what creates intrigue. That's what creates the tension. That's what gets people, because everybody ain't the same. Yes, I want to see my heroes be heroic, but I also want to see the journey, the hero's journey. Where's their failure at? Carol had a failure that we didn't see. All we got was the ass end of her failure, and then we're dealing with her niece coming. You know what I'm saying? And then the Miss Marvel showing up. Like, nah, that's cool. We could have did that on the third movie. Second movie should have been about her just being just balls to the wall. We get to see her power, all of that. And I think they dropped the ball on that. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Do y'all think, well, we didn't even talk about who old buddy could be playing. Who do you think Tramell Tillman should be playing in Spider-Man Brand New Day? Who do you think he should be playing? I'm gonna tell you right now, I really don't know. I'm pretty sure they probably race swap him for some villain, you know. But what villain could he play? Not Uncle Ben. I'm trying to think. I'm gonna double back on that. I'm gonna stick a pin in that and really think on who he could be playing. But yeah, y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. So let's keep this thing moving. Next up on the MIC, what we got? Let's start this Peacemaker, man. Let's get into Peacemaker, man. Talk a little bit of this Peacemaker. Let's give James Gunn all the deserve, the due, the just due. People was talking major. I'm gonna come back on that, Rain. I'm gonna come back on that. You know what, Dre? Get out the chat. Dre got to lead the chat. Get him out of here. Oh man, Peacemaker though. Peacemaker season 2 is come out. Highest reviews of any DC product ever, right? Highest review of any DC product. It came out to 100% Rotten Tomatoes at first. Now it is sitting at, I don't even know where it's sitting at. I think it's not in the 90s or something like that. Where am I at? I done lost my train of thought. Let me check my notes. Hold on. Oh, it said 97. So came out of the perfect 100, sitting at 97 after more reviews, but it's still James Gunn's highest rated superhero project to date. Over 38 reviews, affirm its critical acclaim. 97% top tier. How hype are you for Peacemaker? It comes out tonight. Peacemaker season 2. How hype are you? Did y'all watch season 1? Let's start there. How hype are you for season 2? And did you watch season 1? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm hyped for this. And like I said, I got to give Gunn all the credit. I got to salute Jimmy. He came in with a plan, unlike some other people, you know what I'm saying, who I know. But he came in with a plan, man. He came in with a plan, and he is putting it to work. He putting it to work. The Peacemaker season 2 loses perfect 100% Rotten Tomatoes score, but still sets a record for Jimmy Gunn. Peacemaker season 2 recently arrived on Rotten Tomatoes, 100%, but now more verdicts have been counted, 38 in total. It's certified fresh, slipped to a still excellent 97%. The one negative review comes from the Slant magazine. The site critics writes, the series may admirably connect the dots, but the results are patchy. Still, while Peacemaker season 2 has lost its perfect score, it remains the best reviewed superhero project from filmmaker Jimmy Gunn. Here's how his Marvel and DC movies and TV shows compare according to review aggregator. Peacemaker season 2 sitting at a 97. Creature Commandos was at a 95. 95. I implore all people to go watch. If you ain't watched Creature Commandos, I'm gonna tell you, it's a great watch. You will have fun with it. The storyline is intriguing. It's not just some run of the mill, just filler. It is a good story. It hits you in the feels with some of the episodes. Like it's good, man. It is good. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special 94, Peacemaker Season 1 at 93, Guardians of the Galaxy 92, The Suicide Squad at 90, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 85, Superman at 83, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 at 82. Said this is a win for DC Studios, particularly as many have questioned why Peacemaker is getting a second season before several of the Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters movies and TV shows announced at the start of 23 have yet to materialize. Still, Gunn would take a step back in 2026 as the spotlight shifts to movies and TV shows he's neither written nor directed. Lanterns, Supergirl, and Clayface. The filmmaker is currently hard at work on a new super family movie, though. Says, and this is coming from comicbookmovie.com. Their review says Peacemaker Season 2 feels like a wholly superfluous addition to the new DCU, lacks the stakes and emotion that made Season 1 so special, fortunately is buoyed by some fun surprises for fans and another exceptional turn from John Cena. Also, I want to say this. I was confused at Jimmy Gunn making Superman go digital so early. He came out and said the reason why he's going digital is because it connects to Peacemaker. So he wants you to be able to watch Superman and go directly into Peacemaker, which makes sense. He also said that this will be the only movie that he's pulling from digital. I mean, pulling from theater so early. So I kind of see his vision. I see his vision. And I understand it from a creative standpoint. I want point A and B to match up because I think Peacemaker 2 is going to reset some things from Season 1. You know what I'm saying? Season 1 was more so dedicated to the DCEU. Season 2 is dedicated to the new DCU. So some things have to, we got to balance out and level some things out. So I understand that. I'm excited for it. I'm watching it tonight. I'll be soon as it, probably as soon as I'm done. I'll be watching this and Pantheon at the same time. So don't forget Pantheon after me also. Y'all go check Pantheon out over there on their page with Chill and Darius them playing the Fanatics back of the bus. Do I see it topping the Penguin? I don't know. Penguin was great, right? Penguin was good. That's the thing. DC has not been, as of late, DC has not missed. Can we agree on that? Since the Batman dropped, what was that? When did the Batman drop? 3 years ago? Batman dropped. James Gunn took over. Creature Commandos, Superman, Peacemaker Season 2, Penguin. They ain't missed. I think Peacemaker can be on. I don't think it'll top Penguin because it's just how the storytelling was with the Penguin, but I think it will do what it needs to do for the DCU because that's another thing too. Penguin is over there with Matt Reeves and the Batman and all of that, and I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later. This has to really open up things for the DCU. And I think people are following James Gunn. I think people are intrigued by. I see a lot of people say James Gunn shouldn't be on the internet talking, but I think he needs to talk. I think James Gunn getting out, interacting with the fans. Also, I think he's doing a watch party on Threads, if I remember correctly. Now that I can go another hour and a half. I think he's doing a watch, so he's inviting the fans with him to watch Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 1. I think that's dope. And if y'all remember, I brought that up. How can we get a little bit more interactive to get more people to buy into this content, right? Because it seemed like these studios, they just put the content out and they just expect you to watch. But there's no spectacle behind it. There's no, We don't even get commercials no more. I don't know if y'all remember back in the day on regular TV, there used to be commercials. Tune in next Thursday to watch Family Matters. You know what I'm saying? They had the whole commercials, what the new episode was about, things of that nature. We don't get commercials no more. So where's the advertising? James Gunn is the advertiser, right? They do the one little trailer, expect you to run to YouTube and watch the trailer, and they're going to advertise. Where is the advertising? I think a lot of these studios, and I think they will go back. I think they need to go back and look at old TV, old ads. You know what I'm saying? How, if y'all watch Dre in the morning, he does his, you know what I'm saying, when he go on break and do the little, we'll be back, and then, you know what I'm saying? All of those TV commercials that Dre got his, you know what I'm saying, his montage from, those things made you look, as I'm watching, imagine you watching a Peacemaker, or you was watching Penguin. Penguin goes off and it runs the commercial for Peacemaker season 2. Do they do that? You know what I'm saying? Do they do ads for whatever, for the next coming up? Or if you're watching regular TV, do they run a Peacemaker ad on regular TV? I think that's what hurts streaming, because it's so much content on streaming, you don't know what's on streaming. You don't know what's on streaming. They need to get back with simple commercials. Let me cut the trailer up. Right. Yep. And making an event. You gotta make an event. You have to make an event. TV is an event no more. You're just having people show up. Just you know what I'm saying? Peacemaker comes out today. People might not watch it until next week. You want people to watch it as soon as you drop it. You want people to watch it as soon as you drop it. So make it an event. I like that James Gunn is on Twitter, on X, Threads, whatever, talking, doing his due diligence, trying to get people to come and watch his stuff. That's what you should be doing. Everything shouldn't be a secret. Hey, I got a show coming. Y'all come watch this shit. Fan, hey, you fan, yes, talk to me. I'll talk about the show. I'll give you as much as I can. I don't want to bury the lead. I don't want to spoil it, right? But yeah, talk to me. I'm going to give you some things so you can be encouraged to watch the show. I think that's a lost art. That's a lost art. And I do believe we're seeing a lot of these companies fold, sell off, spin off these, you know what I'm saying? Because they've gotten too big to where they can't control everything. So now they got to spin it off. Right? Warner Brothers is spinning off all their cable network shows to its own company thing. This is what happens when you just buy up everything. Disney bought up everything. Warner Brothers bought up, you know what I'm saying? Like all of these corporations buying each other up to where it's only 3. Like, nah, you need these smaller companies. You need them smaller companies, man. That's where you get creativity from. Steel sharpens steel. You know what I'm saying? Competitiveness. Competitiveness creates innovation. If I'm not competing with anybody, it's going to be homogenous in one way, and you don't want that. Look, born in the 80s, I remember Saturday morning cartoons. CBS had to worry about NBC. NBC had to worry about Fox. Fox had to worry about USA. They all had these, you know what I'm saying, blocks of cartoons in the morning. What was I watching? That was competition. Can't compete if everybody's owned by one entity. You can't compete. So I want to just salute James Gunn on this, man. I think Peacemaker is going to be dope. Hopefully. I mean, like I said, I'm hearing good things. And I think his plan of what he had, he said, hey, I got chapter 1 Gods and Monsters coming, movies and TV. He gave us the rundown. Some might work, some might not. Some might work, some might not. What up, Stamina? Some, you coming in brand new, got a lot of ambition. But I think after he announced it, he, all right, let me see where I can cut down at. He cuts down, gets his people that he needs to get, puts out good material, and he just been killing ever since. People was talking about why is he doing a Clayface? Did y'all just see what Sinners did? Did y'all just see what Weapons just did? That's what Clayface is gonna do. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Clayface don't need to be in the $1 billion club. It don't even need to be in the $500 million club because it's only going to take 60 million to make, 80 million at most to make. Now I can just concentrate on the script, get my actors, and just put out the best product possible. I don't have to worry about this crazy astronomical number that I got to reach. Horror is winning. Horror winning. Horror is winning. So yeah, man. I just want to salute James Gunn. So now, y'all let me know. Y'all rocking with Peacemaker. Do you am I overhyping James Gunn? Let me know if I'm tripping. Am I tripping on overhyping James Gunn? You know what I'm saying? Oh man, you talk so much shit about Kevin Feige, and now you just hype. I wouldn't mind giving Feige some praise. But that book just made me look at Feige a little bit differently. And it made me kind of read between the lines and see the tea leaves. And he ain't necessarily been treating us correctly over there, if you know what I mean. So I'm not abandoning the Marvel ship, but I will highlight what's dope. I'm gonna highlight what's dope. And James Gunn is doing dope shit. So yeah, let's keep this thing moving, man. Let's keep this thing moving. Salute to James Gunn. Jimmy Gunn. Let's keep it in the DC. Keep it in the DC. Is Catwoman going to be showing up in the Batman 2? Now, the rumor has it, no Catwoman. No Catwoman in the new Batman film. Says Zoë Kravitz will not reprise her role as Catwoman in the upcoming sequel. Say what? Why not? Now, some sources implying journalists was told that she was not involved, right? There is no official confirmation whether she is or not. That's still out in the air, still pending. But they say she won't be coming back. I myself, if there is going to be a Batman 2, because I don't even know if it's going to be a Batman 2. I don't know if it's going to be a Batman 2. Because if I'm James Gunn, I'm trying my best to get this movie kicked. I'm trying my best to get this movie kicked. I got my universe, my Batman I'm trying to do. And I know James Gunn has been, cheerleading and pom-pomming. Yeah, we got the Batman 2 and we got my movie. But I think deep down as an executive producer, as the CEO of the DCU or whatever, president of DCU, whatever I am, the head, I'm trying to get this movie kicked. No, we will not be releasing the Batman 2, not while I'm here. So I don't know. I'll save that for a different story down the line. But going into this article, I had that article. Yeah, I got it right here, gang. Got it right here, gang. Gang. Says Zoë Kravitz will not reprise her role as Selena Kyle Catwoman in the Batman Part 2. We know that there's a huge excitement surrounding the filmmaker Matt Reeves' plans for Batman 2, but according to a new rumor, Zoë Kravitz will not be reprising her role as Selena Kyle Catwoman. The Batman ended with The Dark Knight, Selena Kyle going their separate ways. While Catwoman leaves Gotham behind, Batman vows to inspire hope in the city moving forward rather than exacting vengeance on its criminal element. Now, she did leave, but Catwoman can't leave Gotham. Like, Catwoman is a part of Gotham just like Batman is, right? We all know that. If y'all know Selena, if y'all know Catwoman, she's embedded in Gotham the same way Batman is embedded in Gotham. In the Penguin, Selena wrote to her half-sister Sophia Gigante, who found herself locked in the Arkham State Hospital, that seemed like a plot point which she further explored in either the Penguin Season 2 or the Batman Part 2, though the latter appears unlikely based on a new rumor. Now, from my understanding, that I don't think we're going to get a Penguin Season 2. I think that was a one and done. I think Colin Farrell even said it's a one and done. So I don't think we get a Season 2 of Penguin. So the only way we can get more Selena Kyle would be through the Batman 2, if they are going to do a Batman 2. Well, if it gets really greenlit the way I don't think it'll be greenlit, but if it does happen. According to Jeff Snyder, he says at last week's Caught Stealing Junket, journalists were asked by publicists not to ask Zoë Kravitz any questions about the Batman 2 because she's not in it and doesn't know anything, per a source. Now, no word on whether that's true, as we all know publicists lie, but that's the word on the street, just saying don't shoot the messenger. As Snyder points out, publicists lying that might have been a way to avoid the junket being hijacked by endless stream of questions about Catwoman's expected return and the Batman sequel. However, it's possible that filmmaker Matt Reeves couldn't find a place for the character in his and Mattson Tomlin's script. In many respects, the Batman 2 doesn't need Catwoman, and her story reached a largely fitting end in the first movie. As for Sophia teaser, simply shows Selena still out there somewhere, likely making a new life for herself. We also can't discount the possibility that DC Studios has its own plans for the femme fatale in the DCU. The Brave and the Bold will pick up, and this is what I'm talking about. James Gunn has the Brave and the Bold, which will pick up with an experienced Batman who discovers that he has a 10-year-old son, Damian Wayne. That means he's likely already encountered a Catwoman, so he will probably need his own Catwoman also. And if she set the factor into the DC Studios movie, the wider DCU, then it might have forced Reeves to move on from Selena. We've watched, and that's just them talking about how they fought. So I'm under the pretense we don't necessarily, if we get a Batman 2, they probably had to cut a lot. But I'm also hearing, I don't know, because I'm hearing conflicting things. So if the Batman 2 is having its own Robin, and this is another reason why I think James Gunn is like, nah, bro, you not finna encroach on what I got going on, man. You not finna do that shit, not here. If Matt Reeves is saying, hey, I'm gonna introduce a Robin in the Batman 2, I think that is like Matt Reeves saying, watch what I do. I already got a $700 to $800 million movie that I did. So the people, they behind me already. Watch what I do. If he is doing that and going up against what James, because that is really a lot. I don't want to say that we as viewers are stupid, because I don't think we're stupid. I think we can differentiate between Matt Reeves' Batman and James Gunn's Batman and his storyline. But it creates a lot of unnecessary thinking, right? And as a movie studio, I don't want my viewers to have to overthink. I want them to think and process and have fun with the stuff that I do, but I don't want them to have to overthink stuff, especially the general audience, because the bulk of my money is coming from the general audience. So if I confuse my general audience, hey, what's going on, Batman? What's this? I don't want them to pick between one or the other. I want them, you know what I'm saying? Because if they like this, and this is another scenario too. If the audience likes the Batman 2 more than they like the Brave and the Bold, what does James Gunn do now? This is the reason why I think James Gunn is trying to get this thing kicked. Right? That's why I think he's trying to get it kicked. Because what does he do? If they like the Batman 2 more than they like, if the Batman 2 go on to do numbers and then the Brave and the Bold don't do nothing, or it just, passes muster or whatever, Zaslav gonna be like, nah, we're going with Matt Reeves. He has no, he's got to. Zaslav now has to make the decision, and I think he would make the decision. Now we're gonna stick with Matt Reeves. James Gunn, you're gonna have to figure out how to get Matt Reeves as Batman into your DCU. And that is gonna be like that's not a place I would want to be if I'm James Gunn. Every week, at least every week, I'm upstairs or going to wherever the offices is. I'm knocking on the door. Hey man, we gotta have a meeting. We gotta have a meeting about this Batman 2, bro. We gotta have a meeting. What's going on? He over here, he got a Robin of his too. It's like he's stealing my shit. We gotta have a meeting. You hired me, right? We gotta have a meeting. Got to. And or with them not having a Catwoman, is that Matt Reeves conceding? Is Matt Reeves not conceding? Say, hey, all right, Gunn got his thing over there. I'm not gonna go too hard. No Catwoman in it. No Catwoman. Is that gonna hurt the Batman 2? Not necessarily. You don't necessarily need the Catwoman in the Batman 2. I think it would be dope to have the Catwoman in Batman 2, but it don't necessarily hurt. Or is it saying, you know what? I'm not gonna do Catwoman, but I'm doing Robin though. You see what I'm saying? Like that's we got a lot of mixed signals going on with that. To me, that's the only concerning thing with me when it comes to DC. What is going on with the Batman? You got two Batmans running around. Not saying it can't be done, but that's a lot. That's a lot of bandwidth, right? That's a lot of bandwidth. How do y'all feel about the rumor of this new Catwoman, or not having a Catwoman? Does it help or hurt? Is it going to hurt the DCU going forward? Does this make a claim? Are we trying to get Matt Reeves' Batman inside the DCU? Is there some kind of infighting that we don't know about? I was just talking about Marvel having they beefs on set. Is this an executive overreach or underreach? Does it matter? Who cares? I'm gonna watch it anyway. To me, I don't know, man. I think this is a lot. I think this is the more I'm hearing about the Batman 2 and all this other stuff, I believe it's just a lot going on with I I, I think Jimmy Gunn is like, I think he play up to the to the audience and online and saying, yeah, we got the Batman 2 coming, but so I don't know, man. I don't know. And I wasn't a big fan of the Batman anyway. Wasn't a bad movie. I just wasn't a big I just Pattinson, just seeing Pattinson as Bat just didn't do it for me. Just don't, you know what I'm saying? So I'm cool if we don't get a Batman 2. I'm cool if we don't get a Batman 2. So let's do these last couple minutes, get into the chat. Like I said, I'm trying to keep these things under an hour, but y'all be so, the chat is so dope with it. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me take this call real quick. My bad, y'all. My bad. But yeah, look, the Batman can kick rocks. The Batman can kick rocks. I really don't really care. What y'all got going on in the chat, man? Let's see. Scroll up, scroll up. I gotta get back to addressing the Spider-Man situation. Let me pull this down. Let's just go back to me. Um, who? Because I still don't know who this Tillman is gonna be. Y'all, I seen somebody say Osborn. We saw in the Spider-Man cartoon Black Osborn. I can see that happen. I can see that happening. Him being a villain. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go over under. I'm gonna go over 50% that he is Norman Osborn, because if we are getting Menace, we got to get Norman Osborn in there some type of way. I saw somebody say Hydro Man, not bad, but not a big enough villain for me. If they're getting, but I don't know if they're getting this caliber of a person, I'm going with the Black Osborn. I'm not going with this though, Drake. Electric Boogaloo 3, no. Black Osborn, Rain, I'm with you. Black Osborn. I'm with that. I think that works. I think that works. Black Osborn. It's got to be right. Like who else? Cardiac, maybe. Maybe Cardiac. Nah, it's got to be Osborn. Got to be Osborn. Cause he look, you know what I'm saying? He looks more of an Osborn. Even with Dre talk about the mustache, it's got to be Osborn, right? He looks Osbornish. Got to be Osborn. Got to be. Um, yeah. What do y'all say? Osborn. Yep, yep, yeah. So everybody's saying Osborn. Kurt Connors. If I'm tired of we did the lizard already, right? We did the lizard. Would I want to see the lizard again? Would that be the second time? No, this would be the third time we get the lizard, right? Nah, I'm good. I'm good on the lizard. I'm good on the lizard. Good on the lizard. Critical masses who was we? It was butthurt white boys who didn't like what Bree said. Oh, I'm not even you talk about it in regards to what I said about Brie. I'm not even talking. I'm just saying how Marvel did not handle the whole, even the Brie Larson situation. I don't think Marvel does good PR for their uh actors anyway. I think Marvel does horrible PR jobs when it comes to their actors. You know what I'm saying? Brie Larson, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like it's their job to make people like Brie and as Captain Marvel. Making just putting, and the thing is, and people say this in the comics, uh when Miss Marvel went from Miss Marvel to Captain Marvel in the comics, when Carol Danvers went from Miss Marvel to Captain Marvel in the comics, and they just kept pushing Captain Marvel, Captain Marvel, Captain Marvel, Captain Marvel. People didn't like that. You have to let the audience like a character, write them to the, you know what I'm saying, to the character, to the audience's liking or whatever. But you just placing a character here and there does not mean that that they're going to just catch on. You know what I'm saying? Write them to where somebody will like them. Y'all know what Carol is about. Carol is a world-ending type of a threat. I think the audience would like to see her do that. That's all. Who cares what the actor did off screen? Make me like the actor portraying this character on screen. Then we could come back to the actor later on. So see what else y'all talk about. Informant and the informant media says y'all think Pacemaker on top Penguin. I think we talked about that. Q said I could see it top in Penguin. Dre said I paid my 30 today for Superman, so he got me. He got you. He got you. He got you. That's a A. And then it worked then. Then it worked. Then it worked. Q says Peacemaker has more potential mystery boxes and setups for the future of and that's the thing. I think this is more of a springboard for DC. Peacemaker is more of a springboard for DC. Get more people entrenched. Some loose ends and some, like you said, some mystery boxes, some portals open up some. And when I say portals, meaning some storylines, some threads that can be pulled going down the line. Let's see. Right now, Peacemaker season 2 now free to develop instead of the future. Season 1, he was kind of locked into He was locked into the old DCU. Um, so like you talked about before, Blue Make TV primetime events gotta come back. Gotta come back. Got to come back. Shit, I need to make my show a primetime event. I got to figure out how to make this a primetime event, right? I think Dre, we all us YouTubers, that's what we try to figure out. What can I do to bring y'all in? What can I do to make this a primetime event, or for Dre a morning, a morning show event, a spectacle, so y'all show up for me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the way that you get it. That I don't know why they're not doing it. I'm telling you, they can possibly double views if they did stuff like that. A lot of people don't know that this stuff is playing. They own the app. They paying for the app, right? Don't even know Peacemaker. Well, just as an example, won't even know that Peacemaker is season 2 was out. Won't know that, you know what I'm saying? I got Disney Plus, don't know that Ironheart was out. Didn't know Miss Marvel had a show. Like, you trying to showcase that, and that's the craziest thing. You want to showcase Miss Marvel and the Marvels, but nobody watched the show. Show might have been good. Nobody watched it because y'all didn't make it a primetime thing. Keep it going. Keep it going. Ain't nothing we're about to see soon gonna top the Penguin. Not gonna happen. Stamina say Penguin is top tier, y'all. It's not gonna top the Penguin. I'm not mad at that take. I'm not mad at him saying that at all. That's not mad at that. It'd be nice to have Catwoman, but there's no story anyone could reasonably be expecting to be told going on. Hope something else, but no itch that needs scratching. I agree. Not really an itch that needs to be scratched when it comes to Catwoman and Selena Kyle. I would have I like Zoe as an actor, and I would like to see more of her as Catwoman, right? I think if James Gunn was to bring somebody over or not, let me not go there. I do like her as Catwoman though, right? I think I like her as Catwoman more than I had liked old girl as Catwoman in Dark Knight Rises, right? So how would you feel if they did a proper crisis light to fix the Batman Flash Aquaman problem? Um, do we need I don't think we need a crisis story. Not yet. See what lead that. I think we're gonna have a little bit of multiverse shenanigans going on in the Peacemaker to try to to straighten some things out. I think not too crazy, and I think that is what hurt Marvel. I don't think we need a crisis. Let's just move on. Let's just move on. This is the DCU. This ain't the DCEU. DCU. That's it. We don't need all that. I just gave you who my Superman is. It ain't Henry Cavill. You see who it is. I got a Batman coming up. It ain't gonna be Ben Affleck. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just move on. That's what I think. That Lauren LaFlack, the writer showrunner, is also saying there's no Penguin season 2. It depends on where the Batman 2 ends. That'll determine if there's even a story for her to tell. Right. So if there's no Penguin season 2, the Batman 2 is still in flux. I believe we won't be getting a Catwoman anytime soon. So the general audience will be confused with 2 Batman. Yeah, I do, but I believe that the general audience can be confused with 2 Batman, right? I believe so. And that's why I say I think James Gunn on the low is trying to get the Batman 2 squashed. I believe that. I really do. I believe that. Doesn't matter if people like the Batman 2 more than the Brave and Bold. It's not a competition. They're both projects under his purview. It's a win for the studio either way. Is it if because like I said, I believe if one The Brave and the Bold doing better than the Batman 2 does not hurt Matt Reeves whatsoever. But I think the Batman 2 doing better than the Brave and the Bold hurts James Gunn. I believe that. And I could be wrong, but I do believe that. I believe it steps on his product. I believe it steps on his product. I believe the general artist would accept two Batmans as the Batman 2 is an Elseworlds project. I know Junior, and James Gunn keeps saying that too. It's an Elseworlds. Elseworlds is a standalone thing. The crazy thing is that can always open up. That can change at a moment's notice. You see how we sitting here talking about the Penguin season 2. We talk about Catwoman, all of these other things that can easily become its own thing and outshine DCU proper. You don't want that. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't want that because I think then I'm not because I don't think James Gunn. I don't think he's would be a producer on that. Let me see something real quick. I want to see what are they giving credits to when it comes to the Batman. So I'm gonna go to IMDb real quick. Let me see. So director Matt Reeves, writers, all cast included. Were the producers. So okay. So they do got James Gunn and Peter Safran executive producers. Dylan Clark is a producer. So I guess I get. You know what I'm saying? I guess I see what I see what you're saying. I see what you and Stamina are saying in this. But it's you know it's like when a new coach shows up, right? And that quarterback might be a good quarterback, but I need my guy, right? So yeah, I'm gonna play with you for a year. I'm gonna play you for a year until I find my quarterback. Once I find my quarterback, I'm trading you. You out of here. So it could be one of them situations. I'm not mad at that. Could be one of them situations. If the story that's written in the arc that the Bruce Batman goes through doesn't involve Catwoman. The general audience only needs to accept two Batmen if they want to. One or none is also fine. They're not compelled to watch or even pay any. True, but I'm speaking of what we would want, right? The audience ain't got to watch neither. You absolutely right, Steph. Audience ain't got to show up for nothing. They don't have to pay their money for nothing. They don't have to like Batman. They can go on. They can say, "Hey, look, I'm just waiting on another Superman movie. I don't care about Batman right now. This might be the age of Superman. When is Supergirl coming out?" So you're absolutely right. They don't have to watch neither one of them. So the Batman 2 comes out 2027. They can't have Brave and the Bold coming out within 2 years of that. So that will be a release date of 2029 for Brave and the Bold. That's too far away. That's a solid point, Critical. That is a solid point. That's a solid point. Yikes. That's solid. Dude, I don't think because you wouldn't want to do a back-to-back. Batman 2 comes out and then 3 months, 4 months later, the Brave and the Bold, same year, same calendar year. No. Stamina, Junior, what y'all think about that? What y'all think about this coming right here? I think this is valid. I think as a studio, you don't want to step on your own product, right? Wow, that's real. That is real. Sam said, "Who says they need 2 years between releases?" Whereas I don't think he's saying that. I mean, I'm the studio. I can release movies how I want to release them. But I do think that's a good point. Like if I'm doing if I have a Spider-Man movie, no, yeah, Spider-Man. I got Spider-Man, right? But then Sony wants to do a Spider-Man. I'm pretty sure Marvel would fight like hell to say, "Oh, whoa, you can't release Peter Parker when I'm releasing Peter Parker." And I'm pretty sure the audience is they cool with, you know what I'm saying, too. Just like I said, I believe the artists would be cool with two Batman running around. I just don't. I just think one would take away from the other. I do believe that. I do believe one would take away from the other. Something would there. I don't think there would be a good cross pollination with that, if that's the right thing. That Ish was hella boring. And he's definitely not Batman or Bruce Wayne. Zero rewatchability. Yeah, I only watched it once, man. It just didn't appeal to me. Just didn't appeal to me. Robbie, so we can get a link to Tombstone. But they say he ain't gonna be playing Tombstone. So Osborne Wade's on fleek. He's black in it. He is. He is. He is. This James Gunn is building his universe while Matt Reeves concludes his story. Matt Reeves' Batman is more grounded, while I see James' Batman being more fantastical, relying on gadgets. And I agree. I agree. But that point that Critical made, I think is the one. Gunn has only said probably not to them being released in the same calendar year. 2 years. Uh, citation needed. It's only a good point if it's an actual point and evidence is as yet pending. It makes no financial sense to release two movies of the same character within a year of each other. That would be dumb. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look, I tend to agree with Critical Mass, but I like that y'all are, hey, talk it out. Talk it out. If there's anything other than genuine plans to make Batman to a reality, the worst thing Gunn can do is string along fans saying it's going to happen. Just call it what it is and move forward decisively. I do agree with that. I don't think he should be pom pomming. He's kind of you know what? He's been wishy washy. We see him pom pom sometimes. Sometimes like I don't know. Like when he was talking about the script being late, or we haven't had a script yet, rewrites, things of that nature. I think that's more him saying, "Man, I don't give a damn about the Batman 2." When he says something about the script and all of that, I think that's, man, I don't give a damn about Batman 2. But who knows? Maybe they say, hey man, now you gotta talk. You gotta talk about the Batman 2 because it's coming. Q says promote more on social media, do movie ticket and other giveaways to members. It's like we talked about with the dying theaters. There needs to be more of an incentive to draw people in. I just don't think I think streaming got so big and they put so much into streaming that they forgot that you actually have to have people to show up to these streaming sites. Netflix used to be the only real game. It's kind of still the only real game in town. All of these other companies said they looked at Netflix that we need that, and I don't think that they needed that. I don't think they needed that. Do I think streaming works? But if you remember, I want to say it was last week or the week before last, we talked about the numbers between terrestrial TV, aka cable, things of that nature, and streaming. Yeah, cable is on the downswing, but I think cable is only on the downswing is because they're putting money into streaming. People still watch cable, and I think people will still show up to cable if y'all put money in cable. I think streaming is a money pit because you got to constantly feed the beast. You got to constantly feed the beast. And where's the actual money being made at? I'm not on the inside, but I would like to know where's the actual money being made at. I would like to know that. I hear because to me, musically streaming and streaming movie wise, got to be somewhere even. I know on the movie side, on the money music side of things, ain't no money being made there as far as the artists go. And the only reason why that like Spotify Apple, is because Spotify, Apple, they got deals with the actual record label. I don't know. I need, I'm gonna do a big deep dive on streaming. That's what I need to do. I'm gonna do research. I'm gonna do a big deep dive, and I'm gonna do one day. I'm gonna just sit down and just try to break down streaming because I don't even think we as viewers understand streaming. We just show up in front and watch, press play. Me myself, I want to know kind of the ins and outs of streaming. So I want to do a deep dive on streaming. Blue, I was saying for you and Dre Max promote. We're gonna promote, man. I know. We're gonna promote. We're gonna promote. We're gonna get out here, man. We're gonna get out here. They rerun is Universal on HBO Max. That would I'm not mad at that, but you know they gotta try to they're gonna put it in theaters. They're gonna put it in theaters. And Gunn has HBO Max on lock as of right now, neither. So last one. No, none, but just because I don't have any doesn't mean that there are none. Even if there are none, there's still not a reason not to do it. Leaders lead, follows follow. I don't what do we talk about? Let me see. If the only thing people did were things that had examples of them elsewhere, nothing would get done. Someone's got to dare to go to do. Gunn knows plenty of things we don't know. He may not. We'll see. I agree. I mean, all we can do all we can do is speculate. Stamina, all we just speculate, right? We all just here speculating. We all just here speculating. You know, all just here speculating. But so yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all been showing up for me. Like I said, I appreciate all of y'all who showed up. Stamina Critical, Hugh, Dre showed up. The Informant showed up. Pam showed up. Buck came through, showed up. Six the Truth showed up. So y'all forgotten what Anne Hathaway looked like in that catch. Hey, I have not. She was all right. I seen better. I seen better. Junior showed up. Who else showed up? All y'all, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. Lawrence showed up. Trying to shout everybody out, man. Rain showed up. Please hit them. Please get them likes up, man. Please get them likes up so the replay gang can get it and watch it. I like how y'all talking amongst yourselves. Like I say, talk it out. Free speech. I'm all about free speech. Talk it out. Talk it out. Talk it out. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up, man. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, man. Hit that notification bell. Y'all see the streaming schedule, Blur AF on Mondays. Y'all check us out on Mondays, 8 p.m. Eastern. Blues House Live, which is Thursday. I couldn't get Mika tonight. Mika, she had a prior engagement that didn't happen yesterday that she needed to do today. Hopefully, I get her back next Thursday. And as you know, I'm doing this Blues News thing throughout the week, every day. I'm trying to knock that out. So that's that, man. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. Take it easy, be safe. And like that there, we are Audi 5000. Peace.
This concludes today's broadcast from Blues News. We hope you enjoyed tonight's programming and the time we've shared together.
Right. Always be about being authentic. Drop like that. Dropped to what it was March, so that we added to the slate on the strength of an exception.
So I think it's confidence. I think that
Blues News is dedicated to bringing you the very best in pop culture, music, and conversation, serving viewers everywhere, every day. On behalf of our staff and crew, we thank you for watching. We'll return tomorrow with more entertainment, insight, and fun for the whole house gang. Good night and good luck.